Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today, I'm going to be bringing you another triple reaction, and this time it's to the Jerry Garcia Band. And all three of the songs we're going to be checking out today, handpicked by Jeffrey the Clever, are biblical and gospel related songs, interestingly enough. We're going to be checking out the song Gomorrah, then I'll Be With Thee, and then lastly, Who Was John? Now, a little bit of my background. I am not the most religious person in the world. I came from a Hindu background, and these days I would consider myself more agnostic and spiritual, but I have a love for humanity, and I want humans and people to succeed in the best way that they can. And I think it's so great that there's music like this out there that is so uplifting. A lot of the gospel music tends to be uplifting. And lately I've been reacting to another band on the channel called Need to Breathe. They're a bit of a southern rock, gospel rock kind of group. So it kind of gets me thinking in these unique ways. So interesting that Jeffrey, you selected these songs today for me to react to. It is much, much appreciated. But now let's jump into the good stuff. We're going to start with Gomorrah.
Just a song of Gomorrah. I wonder what they did there.
So Sodom and Gomorrah, right? That's the context.
Must have been a bad thing to get shot down for. Wonder how they blew it up, or if they burned it down.
So burning Gomorrah down, right?
Get out, Mr. Lot. Don't you look around.
I love that. Dun, dun, dun.
Someone from the sky. I heard a voice inside my head, and the desert wind so dry.
You know, it's interesting, actually, now that I think about it, that these songs are biblical gospel songs, because I had heard that Grateful Dead aren't deeply religious. Maybe that changed with the Jerry Garcia Band. So it's interesting to use all of this biblical imagery today.
In the desert wind,
Well, not today, but back then.
I heard a voice telling me to flee. The very same voice I always believed. Said a lot of trouble's coming, but it don't have to come to you. I'm telling you so you can tell the rest what you've been through. Don't you
Feels like the pedal steel guitar is what's being used here. It's so warm and just pleasant to listen to that tone. Slow tempo, relaxed, it all works well together.
turn around, no.
together.
Blew the city off the map, left nothing there but fire. The wife of Lot got turned to salt, 'cause she looked behind her.
'Cause she looked behind her.
'Cause she looked behind her.
Because she looked behind her.
So I assume this is all part of the story.
'Cause she looked behind her.
Defying God.
Because she looked behind her.
Yeah. Because I'm not so well versed in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. I know that I've heard it. I read the Bible many moons ago at this point, just for my own understanding. Sodom and Gomorrah were two, I don't know if they were like warring cities or opposing cities. It may not even have anything to do with that, more so that they were acting wickedly and then God punished them. That's like the little knowledge that I have on the matter. So I'm not going to speak to the actual lyrics in depth here, but I'm a big fan of what I heard musically. Slow tempo. You guys know that I love the slow, moderate tempo songs. Keeping us in the pocket. Jerry's able to sing and add his, emotion when he wants to, but then hands it off to the guitar, and then the guitar performs a duet with that choir. Whether it's a choir or backing vocals, you get my point. It's all very cohesive, and it stands in stark contrast to what we hear with a lot of the live performances. I believe this is an album rendition of the song. So in the Cats Under the Sky record, hearing a song like this live, I can only imagine how much more complex Jerry would make it. So overall, a very pleasant, enjoyable listen. Let's jump into the next tune. I'll Be With Thee. How you guys doing today?
Prodigal son, when he was far from home, he wanted to go back and tell his father he had done wrong. He fell on his knees, the Lord answered his pleas, said, if you go back home, I'll go with thee. Just like the Israelites who were Pharaoh's slaves, they suffered in bondage and they prayed for days. The Lord said, Moses, go set them free.
I don't know who these two singers are here.
I am the Lord thy God.
I can appreciate the novelty of this though.
Just like Joshua, Jericho, Joshua, he wanted to overflow.
I think this may be past my biblical knowledge.
Fight and I'll bring you victory. I am the Lord thy God. I'll go with thee. He said,
I'll be with thee.
whenever you're in trouble,
I'll be with thee.
Then Jerry comes in.
don't have to worry.
I'll be with thee.
The power's in my hands.
I'll be with thee.
Through the
I'll be with thee, the power's in my hands. So it's at least at a high level, even abstracting away from the mechanics of the story. It seems like I'll be with thee. It's a declaration or reaffirmation that I will be with you, God. I will walk hand in hand with you. Despite whatever happens on the material plane here, I will be with thee.
I'll be with thee. Through the water,
This is very like gospel-esque, that's for sure.
through the fire, through the blood.
Oh, sing it.
The Lord thy God, and I'll be with thee. I'll be with thee.
can't you hear him say,
I'll be with thee.
I like the repetition. It's like meditative, you know?
Be with thee, 'cause you don't have to worry. I'll be with thee. Through failure, success, I'll understand when you've done your best. I am the Lord thy God, and
What a
I'll
crazy
be with thee.
augmented harmony here. Because Jerry's all the way in the lows and these women are all the way in the highs, but it's so... the range is huge. I don't think I've even paid much attention to the keys that I'm hearing in the background. It is keys, right? Who's playing that? Is that Keith? Who would that be in the Jerry Garcia band? Yeah, because it's underneath his lead. Yeah, I hear it more clearly now. I like this kind of minimal solo, but he's weaving in all that soul.
Israelites who were Pharaoh's slaves, they suffered in bondage and they prayed for days. The Lord said to
Israelites.
Moses, go set them free. I am the Lord thy God, and I'll go with thee. Just like old Joshua at Jericho, the Jericho walls he wanted to overthrow.
The walls of Jericho? Isn't that Chris Jericho in WWE? He does that move. I know it's derivative from the Bible here, but that's that's how I heard that phrase originally. So the story is that the Israelites were enslaved by the Egyptians, and then Moses was sent to set them free. I think I know up until that much. I'm not sure how Jericho or Joshua relate here. Let me go back. I want to get this story.
The Lord said to Moses, go set them free.
Right.
I am the Lord thy God, and I'll go with thee. Just like old Joshua at Jericho, the Jericho walls he wanted to overthrow. The Lord
He wanted to overthrow the Jericho walls? I don't know.
Jericho walls he wanted to overthrow. The Lord said, fight, and I'll bring you victory. I am the Lord thy God, and I'll go with thee. He said, I'll be with thee whenever you're in trouble. I'll be with thee. You don't have to worry. I'll be with thee. The power's in my hands. I'll be
Yeah. Like, despite all of the failures and successes and things that go right and wrong in our life, having the faith in the Lord Almighty and then reaffirming that faith when times are toughest, that's when the true metal of your faith is tested, and the repetition of I'll be with thee is that reaffirmation. Like, it makes sense why there are, hymns and mantras, songs, just things that exist, I don't know, that get passed down through time, the sayings, the stories, because they do keep us tethered to the source material and the value from those stories and sayings, right? The songs. So we get that literal connection, but it also again reaffirms the broader human connection that we have to the Creator above. And all of this, it's dependent on your own engagement with religion, with the Lord. If you have a personal relationship, if you are an atheist, how you choose to live your life. At least mechanistically, I understand why I'll be with thee is so moving for so many. And for me, because again, I tend to focus on humanity and the people right around me, those who are suffering in front of me, those who need a helping hand or a shoulder to cry on. I'll be with thee. I want to help those who don't know that they need help, or I want to help those who they're reaching out for help and they're right there. They're very tangible in my mind, and I want to do so selflessly. This is just my take, and this is one of the reasons on this channel I preach peace, love, and positivity. I didn't expect that so many people would resonate that much with the message. I wanted to spread it because I see a lack of that in the world, just in general. And I'm so happy that so many of you also resonate with that message very deeply, because practically a loss of peace in our life means constant turmoil, internal, external. If the environment around you changes, you are feeling that every single day of your life without being grounded, right? Then love, doing things selflessly for yourself, for others, leading with the best of intentions and then acting on it. Positivity, constantly reframing the negatives in our life towards something more meaningful, something that catalyzes improvement and can ameliorate our situations, whatever they may be. Peace, love, positivity. I'll be with thee. It's a beautiful song. I like the dual vocals there. I don't know who those women are. They did a phenomenal job. I love the moment, especially when Jerry joins them in the singing. It feels very, again, almost like we're reciting some kind of hymn, a prayer, and Jerry's guitar playing, it's actually very simple. The lead, especially on this track, just allows you to kind of exist within the space that prayer provides, rather than divert and focus all of our attention away. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, let's jump into the last song here. Who was John?
One.
And that's a good question. Who was John for real? Got that slow bluesy tempo feel. It's big bass. Wow, huge vocals. It's at least 2 or 3 layers here.
John, don't you ride
The Revelation? Oh, is this... So this is... Okay, so... Again, my biblical knowledge. This is John from the book of Revelations. That'd be my intuition. He wrote the Revelations. He wrote the book of Revelations. Boom, boom. Oh wow, that did not land on a note I expected it to. Are these songs like Jerry exploring his spiritual side for real? If anything, he's taken some interest. Whether he has like adopted it for himself is a different question, but I don't have the context to know. He was a rider, you ride my name down, John. He was a rider, love angels came from heaven down. See who would wear the crown, seal up your book, oh John. John, don't you ride no more. Dude, this bass is doing so much for me, and it's just doing two things. Boom, 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 okay, girl. It's weird because normally my brain shifts to the guitar lead, but right now I'm just so enjoying this simple bass line that the guitar is like the quote unquote background noise. I like these kind of the piano chords getting a little bit more prominent but also dissonant somehow. Very jazzy chords. switched bends. It's funny now too, because the moment I shift my focus to the guitar is when I start noticing that the bass line has gotten infinitely more complex, and I miss the transition. I need to go back. I think right here it starts to... Okay. Right here, I think is where it's changing, around 526. Yeah. Lost in the music. It was John. It was John. Gotcha. A lot of repetition, actually.
He was a rider, where angels came from heaven down. See who would wear the crown. Seal up your book, oh John. John, don't you ride no more.
John, don't you write no more? So was it okay? Let's finish this out, and then I'll give my comment.
My name down, John. He was a rider. You write my name down, John. He was a rider. You write my name down, John. He was a rider. Them angels came from heaven down. See who would wear the crown. Seal up your book, oh John. John, don't you ride no more.
Yeah. Who was John? So, okay. The question I was going to ask, or the point that maybe I was going to raise here. So to my knowledge, the book of Revelation written by John. A lot of the messaging came from angels, and I don't want to conflate this with the Book of Mormon. So if you start noticing similarities there, please forgive me. Is that how it went? Okay, I'm not even going to go down that route. All I know is that at some point, humanity was suffering immensely, as humanity tends to do, and God wanted us to retain our faith in Him. And that is sort of what, to my knowledge, the Book of Revelation is about, is maintaining that faith at the lowest of lows, when things are the worst and you want to relinquish your faith. This is when you turn to the Book of Revelation to make room for heaven on earth, or to allow souls to be welcomed into heaven's gates. It's something of that. It may be nothing of that. Feel free to knowledge me up in the comments below. Yeah, all of these songs today, very biblical, as you rightly pointed out, Jeff. I feel like now that I'm listening to more like Southern rock, gospel-esque music, more, Jerry Garcia band, I'm sort of starting to realize that my knowledge of theology, at least at the level that I thought it was, isn't quite there, and probably deserves another deep dive, and just, I guess, re-teaching myself some of these things, or hearing it from another scholar or something to that effect. And for me, I'm a very worldly person. I love to learn about pretty much everything that there is out there. I used to not find a lot of things interesting. Now I find so many things interesting that, frankly, I don't even have enough time to know everything. Of course, that's like just the natural consequence of being human and existing in a finite body. There's so much I want to learn. And as you can see by my channel, there's so much I want to listen to as well. So we're going to keep the reaction train going. I hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you did and would like to request reactions yourself, you can always do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. It's the best way to support my channel. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.